Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Ballmeister.
And we've got Rob in the booth. Say hi, Rob.
In the booth?
Hi, Rob.
In the booth. I tried to like amp it up a little and just, it all blew up on my face.
You nailed it, bud. You nailed it.
Probably taking all of your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. We are in the middle of Ikoria preview season.
Oh, yeah.
Corey is in the middle of his longest losing streak on Versus Live ever.
Sure am.
And everything is fantastic.
Yeah, I go home and I cry at night, and, and then I recoup and I build decks, and hopefully here we are.
Well, if there's anything I've learned in my many years playing Magic, it's that there's always another match.
There's always another match, and the swings will always happen, that's for sure. But
so we are continuing to explore Ikoria Standard today.
Yep.
There's just so much with this set. Like, there's even like 5 cards I still want to brew around. I haven't gotten around to it yet.
And cards we just saw this morning that look really interesting. Some Jeskai ultimatums, like, oof. We got some stuff, that's for sure.
Yeah, so, we're far from through with our exploration of...
And we still don't even have lands.
Offer. Yeah, we don't have the... We've been promised a rare land cycle.
Yeah.
But they are taking their sweet time with that one.
They definitely are.
Awkward. You would think they would want to begin with the land cycle because it's really hard to brew without knowing the mana bases.
We're the only ones that are affected by these decisions, though, I feel. Who else is initially playing Magic before the full set's released, So it's like only hurting us. So I think they'll probably be all right with that.
Yeah, but I care about me.
I know. I also care about me and you.
Chat wants to know what your guesses are for the rare cycle.
Well, we heard a little rumor, right?
Yeah, I've heard. I don't want to speculate on rumors, and I don't really know. Like, I don't guess on what cards exist. I just, when the cards come out, then I react to them.
Yeah.
Well, not so much guessing, but what cycle would you like to see complete?
Well, I just want to see more fast lands and pain lands for Pioneers. So that's all I want.
Yeah, I would like fast lands. I really think fast lands are really cool. The lands where, as long as it's your first, second, or third land, it's untapped, otherwise it's tapped. I've always thought those are just really fun lands, but, people have speculated that they hate them. And once again, I'm with you. I will just play whatever they give me and figure it out, but,
It would be interesting to see fast lands next to temples, right?
Yeah.
Because they pull you in different directions.
Yeah.
And the format has been pretty slow with the exception of mono red aggro.
Yeah.
For a little while now, I would like to see fixing to help aggressive decks.
Yeah.
And especially multicolor aggressive decks where they can recoup some of that power and then compete on a card-for-card basis while still being a little bit faster.
Yeah, or we're just going to get tri-lands and just really help out these mid-range, just grind-fest matchups.
I really don't want to see another cycle of lands that enter tapped and just like every game is tap land. Let's start on turn 3.
Exactly, yeah. Let's forget the first few turns. Sure, you're a turn 1 and turn 2 kind of guy. I've seen your Ensoul artifact strategy.
I like 1 and 2 mana cards.
Yeah.
So I that's what I'll say. I would like to see lands that help aggressive decks. I would like to see not another cycle of ETB tapped lands.
I would like that too. I think aggro needs a better place in the metagame right now because just the way the cards are printed, Uro shuts down aggro. There's some good RAS in the format, whatever, what have you. There's plenty of reasons why aggro is not necessarily great.
6/6? Just why couldn't that card have been a 5/5 so you could fry it?
Hey, we said the same thing about Oko. Why did it go up to 6,
both
right?
Oko and Uro. You made them both 6.
Yeah.
And Fry deals 5.
We really wanted to just not make Fry good.
The Red Mythos even deals 5. Come on. What are you doing to me?
This is, instead of Versus Live, this is now Ross Rants. Take it away, Ross.
Perfect. You know what really grinds my gears?
I think there's trademark to that. We'll get sued by Family Guy on that one. Yeah. All right, what are we starting with today, buddy?
Okay. In the first show I think we did, I played a bit with...
I don't know. I blocked out the first 2 shows. I don't remember them at all.
I played a bit with Dirgebat, and I was impressed by that card, so I wanted to build more to it. With some mutate cards, and this is a Golgari Midrange deck that is not only mutating, but it's also ramping to use Nissa, because the one thing about Dirgebat is it's kind of expensive to mutate.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be able to do that efficiently. I want to be able to mutate onto Nissa's lands and make a 6/6 flying 6/6 Dirgebat.
Yeah, that's spicy.
Yeah, so that's the kind of thing I want to be enabling. So this
you can attack and then tap and mutate. That's pretty spicy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So and you even do it as a combat trick when they block the bear 4/4 or something.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that makes sense. That's gonna really shine in aggressive matchups. Might be a little different in the matchup we're about to play, but yeah.
Or go like block your creature, dirge back, kill that. Now my creature's bigger than yours.
Yeah, exactly. No, because you could, if they like double block with a 3/3 and a 3/4 onto land or whatever, or double block with a 2/2 and a 3/3, dirge bat it to make it a 6/6, kill another thing that's blocking. Like, you could really mess up combat with that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to do with this deck. We're also touching white just barely for Nethroi and Mythos of Nethroi in the sideboard.
Okay.
Not a ton of removal in the main because we're focusing on being a little bit more of a ramp deck, and dirge bat gives some removal.
Yeah.
So, those are the kind of synergies I'm trying to work with, trying to find cool things to mutate onto, trying to get to the mutate pretty early. And then in order to abuse Nethroi, we also have Cavalier Thorn to fill our graveyard. We've got Pelucanos, which is a great card to mutate onto.
Yeah.
And then a couple copies of Fiend Artisan to set the synergies up and go with Cavalier Thorn. So
I like it.
A little bit of graveyard synergy, a little bit of mutate synergy in a ramp shell.
Okay, cool. And I'm going to be playing a blue-black flash deck featuring Dirge Bat as well, but a little bit more of the control elements. Brazen Borrower. We get to play the Octopus. That is the Curious Obsession. I don't remember what that card is called.
Sea Dasher Octopus.
Sea Dasher Octopus.
Did I get that one right, Rob? Yeah.
Yeah, and just get to play some good counter spells, a couple Terramanders. Heartless Act is the new Doomblade. That's just very good, just across the board.
So quality removal to get your octopuses through.
Yeah.
And just keep drawing cards is the idea here. You get to play Thought Erasure. Yep. It can be a little awkward in Flash, but it's just such a powerful card.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have Veil in the format, so this deck can be around. I think if 4 Veil was in any sideboard, you just can't play a deck like this. It just hits everything. You know, so luckily that's gone. But it should be a good match. Shall we get started?
Let's do it.
All right. So you have had the marbles for far too long. So I think I get to go first and second, right?
I broke up my feather duster before the show just to clean it off. Make sure polished up the glass there.
Yeah, I think I get to go first and second because of that.
That's not how that works, but
I think this hand is a keep. We'll keep it.
This hand has no ramp and only 2 lands, really high curve. I'm going to send it back.
Send it back. Ship it, and Rob, ship me a question.
First thing is, we had a good point made that makes me sad about this set now. UOPub7 says you can't mutate onto humans, so you can't make Batman with Dirge Bat, so that's kind of sad.
Oh, no, Batman.
But for an actual question,
that's a good point.
Archmagus Colin wanted to know, could you see a cycling-based deck in Standard with a lot of these cycling effects we're seeing on permanents?
Well, you might just see that next round. We do have a little bit of cycling synergy set up for our next round. And I think that's the best way that I can think that cycling can be like a real deck.
That new enchantment is interesting. That got previewed, only a couple hours before we went live. So it didn't
Which one? The Jeskai one?
No, the red one. That cascades your cycles.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, just so many ideas that we have. I know I have one deck I'm super excited about to brew that we didn't have deck space in this one. But, we're going to see next round, whoever asked that, a cycling-based deck already. So,
okay, I think we'll put this one on the bottom to give ourselves more options, and this hand is perfectly fine.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Arboreal Grazer.
Okay.
Put Temple Melody into play and Scry. Don't think I need another land at this point, so I'll bottom that.
Well, our Grazer is pretty awkward against our Sailor, but whatever, we'll live.
Definitely an important card in this matchup.
It really is.
My Arboreal Grazers.
I will Scry. Do we want that? I don't think we need another one of this card, so I'll put it to the bottom and say go.
Well, can't punish Corey at all here because I've just got an Overgrown Tomb and a pass.
All right. I will attack.
Block.
All right, your turn.
Don't want that to get Octopus.
Octopied?
Really wish I'd drawn that last turn. Pass the turn.
Brazen Borrower?
I will crack this and play Dirge Bat response.
Okay.
Get a forest.
Makes sense. On top. I'll attack for 3.
I will try to trade my bat.
Okay.
Just want to keep Octopus in check. If the game goes long, I should be favored.
Whoa, I don't know about that. All right, Scry.
Your deck can definitely generate some card advantage. But pound for pound, my cards are more powerful.
This card is interesting, but I don't think it's quite good enough. So then I'll pass to you.
We'll play a Skull Prophet.
Skull Prophet, the 3/1, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, that resolves.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Scry. It's an interesting one.
You got 4 cards over there.
Yeah. That is interesting, but not good enough, so I'll put that on the bottom and pass to you.
Okay, time to start slamming Nissa.
Slamming Nissas, huh? Yeah, I can't let that happen.
Okay, Surreal.
Yeah, we'll keep this on top.
Pass the turn.
All right. I'll attack.
Block.
All right, I will mutate and kill this.
It's really good.
Not bad. Okay, go.
Good
So
play.
how do do we still have we figured out how to do this? Is it
Yeah.
like this?
Yeah.
And I can still draw a card. Sweet.
Yep. Well, that's gross. Really needed to draw a land there. Scribe multiple to the bottom in this game.
Okay.
Pass. Now I am very far behind.
Oh yeah, you are. All right, I will mutate this underneath.
Yep.
And kill that.
Oh, Jesus.
I'll attack for 3.
17.
Um,
This is another synergy with Bat I wanted to explore. Is like you play the Bat
17,
normally.
draw.
Like, yeah, you got to mutate too, which is like living the dream. But just
Go.
playing the Bat normally on the end step on turn 4, untap, land 5, mutate this onto it, kill your blocker, have 3 mana up for sabotage.
oh yeah,
Seems
it's
like
nice.
Yeah. Now I am incredibly far behind. Okay, let's play Cavalier of Thorns.
Scatter.
You're up.
Mutate. Kill that. Woo! Buckle up. All right. So yeah, we'll attack for 3.
I'm at 14. You're
Draw
at 2.
2. You're at 14. You said right?
Yep.
I think I'll keep that. Opt. I think I'll keep that. Scary Terry. And take 2. Pass to you.
Pass the turn.
Okay.
So you're at 18.
Yep. End step. Draw a card.
Sure.
Untap.
Play a Dirge Bat while you're tapped down.
Okay.
Hopefully I get to block.
Yeah. Hopefully I can get another mutate card. I have to untap this like it's Voltron here. This is pretty
Yeah, let's
sweet.
tap the Bat. Like,
No. No, it's way funner than that. All right. I will Petty Theft.
yep.
And
How many spells you got?
attack
4?
4. I think we'll pump. 2.
Yeah, it
3,
does reduce the
4.
clock.
Yep.
Brings me to 6, and
So
you draw
take
2.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, now even the Dirge Bat, because a Borrower doesn't do anything.
Okay.
Don't
I
know
already
what
played
I
a land. Here you go.
Don't know what I can draw. I can probably not draw the 4th Nissa.
I was going to be able to Dirge Bat again.
Kill 2 things.
Kill 2 things. Wow. Okay, that was sweet.
Yeah. Dirge Bat Octopus.
Dirge Bat is insane. Dirge Bat is insane. I always thought it's like, okay, this is okay because 6 mana is a lot, but playing it and having cheap mutates, that's what's up. That's what you got to do. Yeah. All right, we got any questions here, Rob?
That
We
looked,
do.
that looked good.
That looked good, yeah.
The freak wants to know how likely are we
Wait,
to
I'm the
see ultimatums in standard, given not only their expensive mana cost, but also the fact that Aether Gust hits every single one of them.
Yeah, and I mean, I have screamed from the rooftops that Aether Gust is destroying Ikoria. It hits everything. I think it hits every card, even the mono blue cards. even the mono black cards, it still finds a way to hit all of them.
Doesn't hit Dirge Bat.
I think it still does. I think Aether Gust got errated to say that it also hits cards from Ikoria, unrelated to the color of their cards, you know? So with that for the ultimatum, I really don't think the ultimatums are going to be big. Because even if you play like a Jeskai deck, you're going to want to be like Jeskai Super Friends. But, you know, you could see that in Jeskai Fires, the Jeskai ultimatum. I think the ultimatums are going to be paired with Fires more often than not.
Yep. And you will see such a pairing in the last round.
You got an ultimatum in that one?
In the sideboard.
Oh, yeah.
Which is 4.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because you can't main deck it.
Yeah. The Mardu one.
Okay.
Destroys all your non-land permanents.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think they're going to be tough to just cast outright. They might be like 2-ofs in a Jeskai control deck or something like that, but any Jeskai control deck where you're actually not casting Fires, you probably have a lot of Planeswalkers, and then you have Interstellar Beacon, and you can't really do that, right? Like,
I think you could probably build a reasonable just Jeskai control deck the way people have Azorius control now, but a little bit more flashy 4 Teferi, and just try to end step the ultimatum.
That seems right. Yeah, Teferi Time Reveler, tick up, ultimatum at end step. Well, what? Think about that. What? It's 8 mana. It's 7 mana, right?
Yeah.
Sphinx's Revelation for 5 was 8 mana, and that card saw all kinds of play. Yeah. And that's draw 5, gain 5. Oh. Now you pay 1 less, and you get to shoot something for 5 as well.
You don't have the versatility of Revelation.
Hey, don't get me started.
Or do you have Supreme Verdict to go along with it?
Don't get me started.
I think there's some good red removal spells that you can play. You know, you can do a lot of the things that the Azorius control deck is doing, and sort of like just play fewer Dream Trawlers because you're not tapping out as much.
Yeah, probably
Elspeth Conquers Deaths, but still a good number of them.
Yeah, and still just 3 or 4 Narset. 3 or 4 Narset, because Narset's still going to be pretty good, I think.
Yeah, like it's insane that like you get to play Elspeth Conquers Death, like return the Teferi probably when you have 7 mana, right?
Yeah.
Because if you play turn 5 ECD, then turn 7 is when the 3rd chapter hits.
Yep.
You have 7 mana, the Teferi comes back, you plus it, you pass, you ultimatum them.
Yeah, true. And
natural curve.
That does seem sick. And the fact that like you know, just Jeskai colors buy you that much time, right? Like you can play Clarions against really aggressive decks, and I think Narset would be really good just in the metagame right now. Like look at like Octopus and all these mutate cards. If you're just playing like Narset, which controls how busted they can get with these cards by either having to pick to attack Narset or attack you and not get the draw trigger, but then just having a bunch of spot removal like Brazen Bar, Aether Gust, or whatever, being able to play that leans into these mutate cards. I could see a Jeskai control deck being really good just because all your cards are going to be like 2-for-1s, you know? Yeah.
That's definitely something we will look into.
One more real quick. Stan Patrick wanted to know, Ross, you mentioned how you feel that the cards in your deck have higher card quality, like just in general.
Yeah.
Could you clarify what you meant on that statement? Because they're saying like you have like 38 mana sources, and it seems like not many of them can trip and everything. So what do you mean by that?
The deck has a lot of mana. That is true. But, you know, pound for pound, my cards just do more. You know, Corey's cards are pretty small.
No, our cards weigh the same. I mean, if you were to weigh these, I think they would weigh the exact same.
Yeah, but pound for pound, mine do more. I get 5 power out of my 1 piece of cardboard.
Yeah.
You only get 1 power.
I don't know. I saw a bat that was very tall. I think pound for pound, that weighed more than whatever 1 card you had. That's just numbers, you know? That's just math.
Bat's been lifting, as Tannen said in chat.
I think I probably included too many mana sources. There should probably only be like 2 Skull Prophets and a couple more good spells.
Yeah.
I think our Boreal Grazer or Paradise Druid are too important.
I think Skull Prophet is terrible in that deck.
Well, I've got like Nethroi and I only have 1 Pluchnos. There should probably be a second Pluchnos and some other graveyard card instead of 2 of the Skull Prophets.
I just think in an open metagame where we're
Artisan.
In an open metagame, like where if we were moving into standard like tomorrow for a tournament or whatever, the amount of Mayhem Devils you're going to play and the fact that you're like leaning into your Paradise Druids already being weak, adding another X1 is probably bad. I mean, I'm playing 9 X1s as well, but
definitely against Mayhem Devil, that'd be weak. So that could be an issue with the way I've built the deck. There's too many mana sources, but what I said, like if the game goes long, I'm going to resolve cards like Nissa and Cavalier of Thorns, and I'm going to escape Polukranos.
Yeah.
And those cards just do so much, but just in 1 card, that I only have to resolve the 1. The issue comes when Corey just draws a bunch of extra cards and is able to, you know, trade 1 for 1 a few times, and then maybe even trade 2 for 1 once or twice at the end.
And when I can ever trade up with a counter spell to your 5 drop,
trade up for mana as well.
Sure.
And that's what you saw there in those games.
Yeah.
You know, I got a couple. Well, I got Essence Scattered. I got Sinister Sabotaged twice, and then you started drawing a bunch of extra cards.
Yeah, it was rough for you.
This hand has no ramp and a bunch of 5-drops. So
5, 5, 5, 5. Rob, you got a question?
Yes. Real question. Did you all believe that there will be a Teamer Song of Creation deck? The Song of Creation, for those who don't know, is 1 green, blue, red. Then you may play an additional one in each of your turns whenever you cast a spell. Draw 2 cards at the beginning of your end step. Discard your hand.
Yeah. What was the question about the card?
Do you think it's played or unfair? Do you think there should be a
Yeah. I definitely think it has the hopes of either being a complete dud or really busted. That's just what that card reads. It reads very similar to me of like Lotus Breach, where it's either going to be insane or it's not going to do anything. But I think it also pairs very well with Lotus Breach, and I think there's some combo there. I also think there's some kind of combo with escape cards, like just playing a lot of escape cards like that, like Maximize Velocity. That's not great. Some escape card where you can cast the spell, like I don't know exactly what there is off the top of my head, but I know there's something. I know there's the 3-mana draw a card escape card, for instance. Something like that gets more value because you discard your hand and you automatically get to start with a recall for 3 mana. So
the question is whether there's going to be enough cheap spells to make it work. But Corey and I agree that the card works quite well with Underworld Breach.
Yeah.
You're definitely going on Growth Spiral in that deck. The one thing I'm afraid of is I think a lot of the time you're going to have to cast the card and then pass the turn with no hand and just hope it lives.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. and yeah, think if your opponent just goes, oh, okay, nice job, Teferi Bounce.
So there needs to be a lot of cheap spells that hopefully you can get some value out of it. But it's definitely, I agree, it's kind of an all or nothing card.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of card that I want to see the entire set. I want to see every single tool available before I try to make it work, because it really is going to need every single tool.
Yeah, I personally don't think it's going to be good enough, but I have been wrong on many. I also thought Oko was a bad card, so I really didn't think Oko was very good right away, so I'll have to, not say my opinion is very accurate.
Which of these do I want to put back? Actually, I think it might be this one. This is more of a late game card in this deck. I think these are pretty important for containing Corey early.
Okay, bring it on.
Play a Fabled Passage and pass.
Okay. I got a Scary Terry and pass.
Scary Terry.
Quite scary. Quite a Terry. Is it though? Well, it's not scary now.
No. I don't have a Boreal Grazer this game, so
hooray!
Early Octopus is going to be very good. That is, Jesus, incredibly awkward. But I will play Paradise Druid and pass.
I'll attack and Octopus.
I'm at 18.
18, I got Curious Obsession online. Pass to you.
Jesus. Scry 1.
Yep.
Bottom that.
Okay.
Attack for 2.
Love that. 16. Or, sorry, 18.
18 all.
18 all.
And then play a Fiend Artisan.
Okay.
Pass it.
And let me double check this. So you can sack, search library, and put it onto the battlefield.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can sack this and put something giant onto the field, which is scary.
Only at sorcery speed.
Only at sorcery speed. And you sacrifice it as an additional cost, right? Like I can't...
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. It is before the colon. It's part of cost.
Okay. I'll attack.
16.
Draw. That was an interesting one. I'll take 2.
16 all.
And pass to you with 7.
Attack for 3.
Attacking for 3, eh? All right, I'll take it.
You're 13.
13.
You can go.
End step. Opt.
Sure.
So I gotta expect that you have a bat here. That would be my guess.
Dude, I'm just gonna dome myself for 4 and draw a card.
I'll take that.
It worked so well for you on Tuesday.
It really didn't. All right, I'll keep this opt.
Sure.
Keep this. Untap.
And hold on. Now that you're down to 1 mana, I'm just going to make sure I resolve this instead of having it get countered. You're still probably going to have to use mana on your turn or just not attack. Both are fine by me. Could be Brazen Bar, could be Heartless. What's the Heartless?
Oh, you're going to see it.
Heartless End.
Heartless Act.
Heartless Act. There we go.
And attack for 2.
Brings me to 14. You draw a card.
Okay. Pass to you.
Okay, got the negate.
I do not.
Okay, that's good. We're just going to try to play aggressively since Corey's way up on cards. So I'm going to attack for 5. This is now a 2-2. Bat in the yard.
Yep.
Brings you to 8.
8. Yep.
Pass the turn.
All right, now I'm in trouble.
Yeah. It'll look bad for me with Corey having the 2-2, but making his mana awkward with the Dirge Bat, letting me resolve Nissa, poking in for that damage early. Now I am...
All right, I'll adapt. Kill Nissa. Don't get to draw a card then, right? Combat damage
correct.
to a player. Okay, 4, 5, 6. All right, pass to you.
So you're 8 and I have 7 here?
Yep. I think that's the best I could do.
Awkward. Do I have anything to find with Fiend Artisan that would be good? I can get a 4-drop, which is really just Bat in my deck.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Like sacrificing Druid to get a Bat? That doesn't seem good.
Upgrade.
Attack for 5.
Okay, down to 3.
And... Oh yeah, Landis Vigilance. Cast a Bat. So I guess attack for 7. 3 to 1.
Okay. That changes things.
Yeah. Just resolve my Bat, make Corey's counterspells bad. I've got 4 lethal creatures.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Bam, who's the tempo deck now?
yeah.
Who's the tempo deck now?
No, it was the Bat turn that I chose to kill it to draw an extra card, but then left myself vulnerable. I mean, I had counterspells for Nissa, so I think I had to just hold back.
Just be more patient.
Yeah.
You either counter my stuff, I can't really attack, we're in a holding pattern.
Yeah.
And as soon as you get to the point where you can kill my creature, hold up a counterspell, you're
then
very
I'm
far
way ahead. Yeah, exactly.
A little impatient.
I tried to push through there where I didn't really have to, I don't think. So, All right, well, we are 1-1 here. We are going to take a short break, and we are going to do some sideboarding here with our new Ikoria standard and see if we can finish this match, hopefully in Corey's favor. We'll see in a second. All right, and welcome back to sideboarding here with Versus Live with Dimir Flash up against Golgari Midrange. From my end, I want to actually trim on some of these 1-drops. I think having too many of them is usually not good for me. Trimming on Thought Erasure since I'm on the play here, and then taking out Mystical Dispute, just not a great, it's a 1-of here. Not great against green-black, although a 3-mana Mana League is fine.
Oh yeah, that's why you're able to play 1 main, is that it's still playable.
It's still fine, yeah. I was going to be able to counter Nissa last game with it if I just didn't tap out for the act. Then we get Aether Gust here, a card I've been screaming from the rooftops that is just going to be so good moving forward, especially in a tempo shell. And then Noxious Grass to be a hard answer for Nissa, Cavalier, stuff like that. What do you got for me?
On my side, I've got some good spot removal. Mythos and Nethoroid doesn't have to be Abzan in this matchup. Just 3 mana instant speed, kill anything. Heartless Act, obviously even better. 2 mana, kill anything. Though it can get awkward against Terramander.
Oh, yeah.
Awkward against
Put a counter on it? Yeah.
Agonizing Remorse against a flash deck. It's really nice to be able to see what's up.
Yep.
Just interact a little early. I'm cutting the Skull Prophets. I just don't think I need this much mana ramp. It was just an error in design. So we're cutting there. Instead, we just interact more early instead of trying to do my own thing. And then Casualties of War is just really expensive. Generally just kills a creature, kills a land.
Yeah.
You don't have the other targets, so there's not a lot of upside to it, and it's very easy for you to
Definitely
counter.
for a more grindy mid-range battle than this, or, Oven or something, it's going to be great against. So I like it. Okay, perfect. Well, let's take one question. Have you got it there, Rob, while we shuffle up for our third and final game of this round?
Yeah, Ross, what do you think about cutting some of your 2-mana mana dorks and playing Migratory Greathorn, which is the mutate creature that's 3 and a green normally for a 3/4 and mutates for 2 and a green, and whenever you mutate, you search your library for basic land and put on the battlefield.
I want to say one thing about that card. I think that card could be a very big sleeper. I think that card could be insane, and I'm going to be showcasing that card a little bit later on my third matchup.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of that. I like the idea of the Skull Prophets turning into 2 of those, a third Fiend Artisan, just so you have another solid 2-drop to put it on.
Yeah.
Which is really good to mutate onto.
Yeah, Paradise Druid as well, Grazer as well. Yeah.
So you don't want too many of them because you do need one of the other things. So 2 of those, a third Fiend Artisan, and a second Pelucanos.
Yeah.
I think if I had to design the deck over again is what I would do.
Yep. And if people who are excited to see Grazer mutated onto that, I will be playing a deck featuring that in my third round, as well as some other spicy blue-green mutate creatures. I'm really excited for that deck. I think it's going to be sweet.
Yeah. And I like just having the extra mutate creature too, like a late game when you have Nethroi and Dirgebat in your deck. Like, okay, 3 mana, kill your thing, add a land, give my Dirgebat a 4th point of toughness, I guess.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, you can go Grazer into Nissa, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and have a 3/4 reach blocker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it has reach because of Grazer. Yeah. And if you put it on Paradise Druid, it can just be hexproof and block all day. Yeah. Spicy. I like that. Okay, great questions. Keep them coming in, y'all. We're going to play our third game here. This hand isn't busted or anything, but I'll keep it.
I had all my mana ramp early and then just no lands.
All right, good. All right, my 5 chance haven't worked, so we're going to go and we're going to be bold here. 3. All right, Rob, you got any questions left, or have we run you dry?
Kind of run dry a little bit. We did have a card that was previewed earlier this morning, I believe.
Okay, we got a new one.
What's the name?
Entirely sure. I believe it's been translated as Slitherwisp right now, but I'm not sure on an actual name.
Blue, black for a 3/2 with flash, and whenever you cast a spell with flash,
you draw a
each
card.
Opponent loses a life and you draw a card.
Whenever you play a creature with flash?
A spell with flash. So like if you gave a sorcery flash with Teferi.
No,
it doesn't give it flash. So yeah, really, like you can play an enchantment that has flash, right?
Oh, okay.
That's
so it doesn't trigger just off an instant?
No.
Oh, okay.
At least that's my understanding of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that card previewed, and I probably would have tried it out had it been previewed yesterday.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't think I would.
Is it blue-black hybrid?
No, it's blue-black to cast, which is awkward on the mana to begin with. It's not blue-black, which you would prefer.
Okay, I was gonna say if it was blue-black hybrid, you could throw that in like Simic Flash, right? Like because then you have Mystic and Night Veil Predator.
That would be significantly better. But I think the card is awkward on the mana. A 3/2 body with no evasion is pretty weak. Mm-hmm. You just don't. I don't want.
Yeah, gets hit by Bone Crusher Giant.
Yeah, that's exactly. Good, and you don't have that many other cards with flash. Especially, you would probably have to trim some of the cards that already have flash in the deck to fit it in because you need all the spells.
Makes sense.
And so I just don't think that card would end up making the deck. Though I probably would have tried it out.
Yeah.
So I'm actually kind of happy that it got previewed today.
Yeah, we didn't have to add it to this deck. Yeah, I like it. Okay, how's your 6?
It is perfectly fine.
Okay. Get rid of one.
I will get rid of this card since it's a late game card.
Okay, I'll play a Scaritarian, pass to you. Not ideal as the 1-drop, but it's still fine.
Play Grazer.
We be grazing.
Yeah, I'll keep that.
Okay.
Not happy about it, but I think I have to.
Okay. Now, let's attack. Okay, good block. Your turn.
Okay, Paradise Druid.
Sure.
Pass the turn.
Opt.
Yep.
I'll keep this. Untap. Go.
Tilt.
No land?
No.
Hooray!
Oh no, I have a land.
Oh, okay. Too many land then,
Yeah,
huh?
too many. Nethroy.
Gigantic creature.
5/5 Death Touch Lifelink.
Oh, I can't beat that. So
I didn't want Corey to be able to Brazen Borrower there,
yeah.
so I just wanted to play a spell, but this is not great. I kept the 4th land just so I could make sure I could cast that next turn.
Yep,
and then I just drew another land. And
I think
now I'm gonna be
I
light
will
on
keep this on top.
resources. Yeah. Decided not to take the risk.
Okay, so we're gonna go with a temple. I think I'll think about this. That's an interesting one. I think I'm actually gonna not take this one. Past you. Helps out our Terramander getting pumped here.
Attack for 2.
I will take it. 18.
Paradise Druid.
The Druid. Yeah, Paradise Druid. I don't think I'm supposed to care about too much. Yeah, sure.
Paradise Druid.
Well, I actually think that's just too many now. So
Okay. Well, I'm happy to trade that for a scatter
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
can draw other things.
that is fair.
You're up. Gonna get a forest here. Shuffle
Okay.
the Fiend Artisan back in since it would be a good draw. The same two is untapped.
I'll attack.
I will block with our yeah, you're at 5, so you're 1 short of being able to get bat, but you do have 4 spells, so you can adapt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Grazer is just going to have to shump block at some point anyway, so I will block. This at least but either saves a point or potentially gives me a turn to draw something good. Whereas if I don't block, you can just pass a bunch of open mana.
Yeah, I actually just have to kill this Grazer eventually, so we're gonna adapt.
Okay.
Pass to you. You got your turn.
1 turn, baby.
No, it's just Nissa. Let me get this ready.
I'm not even sure how good Nissa would be.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's still
You
there.
can just bat it next turn. I kind of want a Nethroy so I can adapt onto this, return the other one, and return Grazer, and return Druid.
Okay, well, then you'll probably get that.
It's not the worst I've seen.
Yeah.
Questing Beast, attack for 8.
All right, I'll block.
Okay. So
12.
You go to... Oh, you shocked at some point? Or did I get... Oh, I got in a 2-point
You
attack,
got in for 2, yep.
So you're 12. I'm still at 20.
Yep.
You can go.
That was a pretty good draw.
Yeah, it's not the worst.
Now do I want to trade Terramander? Probably not. So let's attack, mutate.
Yeah, you just want to find a bat.
Yeah, so take 6.
So now I'm at 14. You draw a card. A Brazen Bar would be good too.
Go. Still a 2-turn clock right there.
Attack for 6.
I'm going to try to make it a 3-turn clock.
Sure. You go to 8.
Yep. Yep.
Trades for a card.
Yeah.
Blocks.
That's pretty good. Done?
Yeah.
We got a race. I am not drawing well.
It's good.
God, do we just hold back? I think that seems so bad. Okay. Thought erasure you.
Yep. Graveyard.
We'll keep that. And go.
Attack for 4.
Yep, 4.
So we got 4 to 14.
Yep.
I drew a land.
Hooray! Finally, you
Yep.
drew a land. We
I've
needed
drawn
that.
6 lands, 2 Grazers, and 3
Whatever.
Druids.
Time
I've
for
drawn
sec.
2 spells.
Good. Keep it that way.
I'm at 8. That Fiend Artisan I bought him at the beginning of the game would have been really good.
Go.
It'd be a 7/7 right now.
Yeah.
Attack.
Heartless Act.
Pass it there. And
All right, end step flash in this.
probably should have Heartless acted on before I drew a card.
Why? What could you have had?
Bat. Then I get to mutate, kill this in response.
Oh, yeah.
I would
you're
lose
right.
the bat. but
I
would
was
deal with
thinking,
this.
I was like, there's no veil or anything, but yeah. I was trying to play around you getting this or another questing beast, you know?
Okay. which I do. Although I was short of mutating this, so I just have to hardcast.
Attack for lethal.
Yeah, I drew land.
Okay. Hooray! Oh my God, we won our first match here with Ikoria.
So proud of you, Corey.
Oh yes, yes, we've done it. We've done it. Finally, one match. We got Ross for one. I had to do a victory lap. I was 0-6 for anybody. Sorry if I gave a little spoilers there, but Ikoria was not my season to really shine here. So
Yeah.
well, this deck looks sweet.
Yeah, the Dimir list looks sweet. The Golgari list has some issues. Definitely seems like too much mana.
Yeah.
I guess that was only one game. Definitely the main deck has too much mana. I think 26 lands at 8 mana creatures is probably fine.
I think if you have 8 mana creatures, or essentially 12 mana creatures, I think you want Vraska. Turn 3 Vraska is just good. It's just a good card.
Yeah, I've got one in the sideboard.
Yeah.
I could definitely try to navigate one into the main deck.
I would think like 3 in the main, but I mean, you want payoffs, right? And I think Questing Beast is also just going to be really good now. So I think Questing Beast is another card that I think we can have a decent amount of.
2 Questing Beasts. Instead of Vraska, I kind of wanted to focus more on creatures because I'm mutating. And I don't have creatures to mutate onto. So like Fiend Artisan is sort of like your utility card in those slots. And then we've got Nethroids. I've yet to mutate Nethroi for a ton of value.
Yeah, Nethroids is something that hasn't been impressing me. And honestly, if we can be honest, all of the multicolored mutate ones, I haven't been impressed with any of them. Like, we haven't played enough with Apex of Wishes, the Temur one, for those of you out there. Aluna, I think it is.
Yeah.
That one I have high hopes for, and I'm going to be playing that a little later in a shell that I do think is good. Best mutate creature, I think, is a close 1-2 between Bat and Octopus, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, those two just look very good.
Yeah.
This card, I mean, I cast it in the game I won just as a 5/5, and it was good.
Yeah.
And I just haven't drawn it in those late game scenarios when I've had the graveyard. Like, there have been situations where it would have been good to draw. I just haven't drawn them in those.
That's what I think is a perfect 2 of in the deck.
Yeah.
I mean,
so you might want to cut down to 2 of them. I have 3.
Yeah.
I was really trying to utilize mutate, but I think I should be having Migratory Greathorns. I think that card is probably underrated right now.
Yeah, and I also think that just if you're playing all these good green-black ones, I think it's really hard to not want to add blue for Uro, Growth Spiral, Hydrate Crisis. I mean, I know you changed the fundamental of the deck a lot, but I just think a good Sultai ramp list that plays that and still gets to play like some bats, still gets to play stuff like that.
Yeah, you just massage the numbers a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Crisis is another nice
Well, no, I would probably just adjust the numbers. I don't think you need to massage your Magic cards. I mean, you can. Whatever you do at home, but these aren't your cards. Remember that.
we have to both play with them, Ross. It's gonna work out the knots here.
There you go. A good masseuse. Everybody's got to get their new traits and talents during this quarantine time. Huh?
I agree. The Dimir deck looks sweet. I love how EOT Dirgebat into Octopus is just such a strong line.
I just love the fact that you have the option on your opponent's turn to choose between progressing your board with a creature, removal spells, and counter spells. I agree with you that Thought Erasure, I think, is just probably not necessary. I think I just want more counter spells, more Heartless Acts, like 4 of that card. I think it just seems insane.
A couple more rule spells, probably a 25th land.
Yeah.
Thought Erasure, and you have less Derail.
Yeah.
And then because you want to get to 6 for Bat.
Yeah.
So 25th land is probably fine. It could even be like a castle.
I could even see like 1 or 2 of the 5-drop flash counter something.
Voracious Great Shark.
Yeah. Just like 1 or 2, I also think Shark Typhoon is pretty good. Like, I just think Shark Tornado is just sweet. But
no, those are all options. If we end up, I definitely, I put Thought Erasure in the deck because I was like, I kind of have to, right?
Yeah.
And like, I had a bunch of Surveil. I thought that would help Terramander. But I definitely was not under any illusion that Thought Erasure was a definite part of the deck.
Yeah.
And if it
just feels weird that it shouldn't, because it is such a powerful Magic card. And what once was in the Esper Hero days, like the best 2-drop. Then Growth Spiral came along and was like, hold my adult beverage.
In a flash strategy, it's really awkward to have those poor top decks.
Yeah.
Because you need every single resource because your cards aren't as powerful individually.
Imagine if Curious Obsession was still legal and you could go Curious Obsession and Octopus.
Just don't even, you can't say things like that.
Yeah. You're going to be up all night thinking about this.
Believe me, I'm already brewing historic decks.
Yes.
So that is going to do it for match 1 here.
Well, first, do you got one question, Rob, that we can
we can
take?
take questions.
Yeah. So with the blue-black flash deck, one kind of notable exclusion is Brineborn Cutthroat. What was the reason for not putting that in the deck?
Cutthroat, I do think Cutthroat is a very important thing. And if we take out Thought Erasure, I think that's something that I would want to include. Because the one thing I felt that was a little weak about this deck is you felt really all into the mutate. And I want to have something that is a good way to win the game outside of that. So they have to force their removal spells at something like a Brineborn Cutthroat. And then all of a sudden your Spectral Sailor gets 2 octopuses and,
Yeah. So I was the person who designed this deck. And part of the reason that I did not include Brineborn Cutthroat was Thought Erasure. That was the primary reason.
Yeah.
I thought like turn 2, you're probably erasuring or holding up a counter spell or octopusing, so you have enough to do. And part of it was just I wanted the other creatures more.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you can cut any octopuses, bats, brazen borrowers. And once you have octopus in your deck, you're really incentivized to have the 1-drops. So in addition to Sailor, we had Terramander, and Corey even added a second Terramander that's not on your graphic.
Mm-hmm.
And so you just didn't have room for more creatures. Like these decks need a density of spells. And it ended up being that I thought Brineborn Cutthroat was just the worst creature in the deck.
Yeah.
And I don't. Maybe you can end up massaging the numbers, play like 3 Spectral Sailor, 2 Terramander, get up to like 2 or 3 Brineborn Cutthroat, trim 1 creature here. Maybe you only want 3 bats or 3 octopus.
I think Spectral Sailor is pretty medium at very best.
Yeah, maybe you end up just playing like 4 Terramander and fewer Spectral Sailors if you like Terramander. But I'm a fan of Spectral Sailor. But I could see the numbers can get massaged where you can have some Brineborn Cutthroats, but I don't think this is a deck that's going to play 4 of them.
Is that the phrase of the day? Massaging the numbers?
Yeah, you're tuning the deck a little bit. This is a rough cut of it. But if we decide, as Corey, after this match is low on Thought Erasure, if that makes, if that ends up being the direction you want to move the deck in, which makes sense, Brineborn Cutthroat could make its way back in, but I'd be a little wary of just going like 4 for 4.
Yeah.
I think you have too many creatures.
Yeah, I think it's something where you want, like, I never want to draw a second Spectral Sailor. There is times when I want to draw a second Brineborn, though. So I really could see it being like, 2 Spectral Sailor, 2 Terramander, 3 Cutthroat, maybe trim on something else and just get rid of Thought Erasure. I think that's where I would move forward.
You went down to 2 Heartless Axe to play the second Terramander, right?
Yeah, and I like that card. That card's good.
Yeah, so I think if you wanted to cut Thought Erasure, I would play 25th land. I would play, I would cut 1 Spectral Sailor, so you got 5 slots. I want 25th land, 3rd Heartless Act, 3 Brineborn Cutthroat.
I would also put a Gadwick in. I think 1 Gadwick is just always good to draw in these all blue essentially decks. Like you just late game, it can just be so insane. Plus we have ops to tap stuff down and whatnot. Like I think Gadwick is just a great card.
I would probably play 2 Brineborn Cutthroat then, and then 1 Gadwick.
Yeah, I think that seems reasonable.
And then the 20th land that helps the 20th land.
Yeah,
that 20th land would probably be a 3rd castle. I think there's 1 castle locked away and 2 Vantress, or maybe just 1 Vantress.
I would also cut the main deck. I would cut the main deck Mystical Dispute as well.
There's a lock lane.
I would cut the main deck Mystical Dispute as well. I just think it's cute, but I think Sinister Sabotage, every time I drew it, was insane. So I just think that's a 4-of counterspell in my book, But
well, there are 4 in the deck.
Well, perfect. I'd play a 5th.
Yeah. So Mystical Dispute is kind of the 5th one, right?
All right. Okay. Well, great job, then.
Yeah. You could definitely get Cutthroat of the deck if you cut Thought Erasure. Tune the deck a little bit, but I don't think Cutthroat is necessary. I think when you're drawing a bunch of cards, you have a little bit more time, you have more disruption, so you don't need as much pressure, and you have Bat to pressure them. You have 2 3-power flyers now.
Is Drown in the Log a consideration at all?
You could play. I think you could play 1 because it's such a bad early game card. But 1 Drown in the Lock in that Mystical Dispute slot. Could definitely be a consideration. It's good against Cavalier Thorns.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got a lot to think about here when it comes to this decks, but both decks looked really sweet. A couple takeaways from round 1. We're on the board here on Corey's side, and another good takeaway is we're going to be moving on to round 2, where I'm going to be showing off the cycling mechanic in a nice Jeskai build with the new Narset. And what do you got for us?
I'm going to be playing Mardu Hero with General Kudrow. This is a list that is in my article that's live now on Star City Games about General Kudrow. So we're really going to try to make a bunch of Shaheen tokens. We're going to pump them up. We got a bunch of humans in the deck.
Someone needs to make Shaheen stronger. I've been telling him he should be hitting the gym all the time, but he just hasn't been. So.
Playing some Dire Tactics, which is a really good removal spell, granted against a creature-like deck. But you do have some creatures, Yadaro and Riel.
Yep.
So we're going to have some targets for those, and we can handle both of them with our 1 removal spell, which is nice. But the deck should be sweet. I'm hoping to see General Kudra put in some work.
All right, so we're going to head to round 2. We're going to massage our decks in between the round, and then we'll be right back here with Versus Live.
Just a moment. There's an issue with audio delay on the stream, so I'll take the stream down for just about less than a minute. It'll be real quick, and then I'll bring it back up, and then continue the countdown.
Thank you, Robert.
Okay.